Hey everyone, whilst we normally cover heavy spoilers on the Heavy Spoilers Show, which is why it's called, well, the Heavy Spoilers Show, I thought I'd drop a quick no spoilers review on the new Dark Crystal's Age of Resistance series that's just dropped on Netflix. This is more sort of a general discussion of the entire season, and if you're looking to hear whether it's good or bad, I have to say that from the off it's a great start to the series that really feels like a piece of art throughout its 10 episode run. I will be covering the show in more depth down the line, but I think that this just kinda deserves some coverage minus the spoilers because of how breathtaking it is. Now, those who were around for the original movie will know that whilst it was a pretty great ride, it never quite got the critical acclaim that it deserved, and even today it almost has a cult following. So when I heard that Netflix were using some serious money to bring the story up to date, it seemed like an awesome way to garner interest once more in the entire thing. From the off, the series can be a bit overwhelming with the amount of tribes, species and people that the show dumps on you from the introduction, but it's definitely worth sticking with, and once you get your head around the lore and characters of the Dark Crystal, the show is really easy to get behind. Now, whilst the characters may catch you off guard in the beginning, what won't, and is the big thing that will hook you in my opinion, is the way that the show uses puppets and animation to paint out its picturesque landscape that feels like something ripped straight out of your childhood. Everything looks and feels immaculate here, and it's easy to forget that these aren't real, living things and that you're actually watching some of the best animation ever put to screen. My biggest problem with the original film was that the puppets didn't really age well, however Netflix completely corrects this due to the increased budget and technology of modern day, and it makes for a seamless show that's incredible to watch. The show itself is set in the land of Thra and contains a classic battle between light and dark, with the Gelflings taking the main stage as the protagonists. They're amazingly designed and have an almost early Disney-esque look to their faces that subtly gets you on board with them. You might need a map in front of you at the start whilst watching it, but there's nothing here that fans of Game of Thrones won't be able to overcome within a couple minutes of watching. What this show beautifully does is that it balances all of its complexities and paints it in a way that is rather simple once you're on board. I find most Netflix shows just become background noise after a while, and easy watching that doesn't really require much concentration, and whilst the Dark Crystal is more than capable of doing that if you don't wish to engage with it fully, it's also possible to become fully swept up in its lore. This is a sort of prequel to the original film, so you don't even need to have seen that in order to enjoy this new project. Whether they will eventually delve into the events of the movie remains to be seen, but they're more than capable of doing that or going off in their own direction if they choose to. Add to this the awesome cast made up of the likes of Mark Hamill, Simon Pegg, Andy Samberg and more, and you have some awesome voice actors that really bring the puppets to life. Overall, The Dark Crystal is an awesome first season that, whilst not perfect, definitely does its job of reintroducing the Dark Crystal franchise to the world. This is a perfect example of how Netflix can resurrect long forgotten franchises and bring them fully up to speed for new audiences, whilst also remaining faithful to previous iterations without damaging the love that older fans have for the work. It's a blast, and whilst I think it may weigh in a little long at 10 hours, this is a brilliant beginning to a franchise that will clearly go on to bigger and better. In the end, The Dark Crystal is great, and that's why it gets an 8.5 out of 10. Obviously, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the show and if you enjoyed it or not. Drop your review in the comments and make sure you check out my breakdown of this weekend's other big release, the Spider-Man Far From Home Extended Cut, which will be linked at the end. I go over all of the added scenes and everything that you need to know about them, so it's definitely worth checking out if you want to know more. If you want to come talk to me about movies, TV shows, games and comic books, then you can follow me on Twitter at DeffinitionYT. It's the best way to get in touch with me and is the perfect place to suggest new videos and content, so hopefully I see you over there after this. I also just want to let you know that we're giving away a free copy of John Wick 3 on Blu-ray, and all you have to do to be in with a chance of winning is to like this video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and leave your thoughts on the Dark Crystal in the comment section below. The winner will be chosen at random on September the 10th and the Blu-ray will be shipped out from then to whoever gets the prize, so best of luck to everyone who takes part. This is a channel for people who are never missing television, so if that's the kind of thing you like, you need to subscribe to Deffinition. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this, you've been the best and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.